Hello everyone, this is Hexhammer speaking. Luqualizer has asked me to make a video on this topic since this is something that seriously needs to be addressed, something that has affected both me and Luqualizer, as well as hundreds of other legitimate players. I'm here to talk about the level leaderboards. Recently, RobTop finally decided to take action. He announced that he had banned probably the most notorious level leaderboard hacker, GD. Of course, everyone is happy. He had plagued the leaderboard since the start of 2.11. Then, Rob took it a few steps too far and introduced an auto-ban bot. It sounds like an okay idea, but RobTop doesn't know how to make auto-ban bots. Thousands of people were banned. Sure, he got a lot of hackers, but he also got, as said previously, hundreds of legitimate star grinders, including CoolDash, Embed, Shadow Wizard, Super Chat, Wad, Smithy777, and many others, including me and Luqualizer. I know that you think this is probably an honest mistake, right? No, Rob is sticking with it, calling the system very reliable and saying that only people who have used special tools got banned, which, as far as I'm aware, the system that Rob set up is unable to detect. This baffles me. I get I'm not the most reputable guy in the world, but I have streamed and recorded some of my biggest accomplishments. Allegiance, Cataclysm, and the like. I am one of the editors for the Demon List, which would probably kick me out if I hacked even a single star. There was no legitimate evidence to ban me, aside from what the bot seems to dictate. All of my leaderboard records I may have had are gone. And Luqualizer in particular, who has spent many hours rebeating levels such as Kurumi City and Element X, which, if my memory is correct, are both on the Demon List right now, specifically for the level leaderboard, and is generally a reputable, well-known player, has also been removed from the leaderboards. Everyone who was banned, after all the time we've spent playing the game, have been thrown in the trash and all collectively written off as hackers by RobTop himself. Feel free to call this move a little extra, but I personally have left a negative review on the Steam page for Geometry Dash. I feel like it's important to put it in this video. If you'd rather read it than listen to it, I'll put a link to the review in the description. Let me state that the game itself, if you take out all the things I'm about to mention, is, in itself, fine. There's a reason I have 2.5k hours on it. But until the developer gets a goddamn clue, I will leave this review as negative. It's not that he's being excessively rude or anything, I used to just see him as kinda clueless. And that would be fine. The fanbase in this game is so devilish that I can't completely blame RobTop for only listening when he feels like it. But after recent events and events that have been going on for a while, I'm forced to believe that the developer doesn't give a fuck about the community. That's bad. To elaborate, for the past several months, the top 100 has been filled with hackers. 70% of the people on there are hackers, according to a few reputable people in the top 10, such as CoolDash. If you think that 70% is a serious exaggeration, look at the stats from some of the people in the top 100. There are some incredibly obvious hackers. What does RobTop do? Nothing. Literally nothing. The last time the top 100 leaderboard actually updated was back in July. Some people have gained upwards of 12,000 stars since then. For reference, the current number 1 spot according to the outdated leaderboard has 65,000 stars. Some people in the top 10, plus many other star grinders as they're called, have asked RobTop personally to refresh the leaderboard, in which he's either completely ignored or responded with some bullshit like don't make me ban anyone. Like, come on. And recently, like a few days ago, RobTop finally decided to act on the level leaderboards, which is great. Started out great. He banned some of the most notorious hackers, like GD and Havoc, namely, and it seemed like it was going to be a great damn weekend. Then he set up an auto-ban bot. It didn't work. At all. Sure, it got all the hackers, but it got hundreds of legitimate star grinders. Among them included some top 10 players, Luqualizer, who is regarded as one of the best players of all time, and plenty of others, including my friends and myself. To top it off, the dev denies that it wasn't working. He's sticking with it, saying that everyone who was banned was indeed a hacker and they were caught using special tools, such as NoClip, which the system is literally unable to catch. He says it's very reliable and everything. I have never cheated. At least I've never cheated for any stats in the game. I have replays on my YouTube channel of me beating sublevels regarded as some of the hardest in the whole game. I'm one of the editors for the Demon List, which is a list of the 100 hardest levels in the game and is held in very, very, very high regard throughout the entire community. The Discord server has 800 members. There is no reputable evidence as to why I should be banned, and there is even less reputable evidence for the hundreds of others who were falsely banned. As far as I'm aware, a few of the big boys in the fanbase, basically the top 10, has been unbanned. That's it. Rob isn't doing anything else. Luqualizer, who I mentioned earlier, is still banned, and so am I. All of the effort me, others, and especially people like Luqualizer have put into this game isn't totally wasted per se, but it really hurts when the dev writes all of us off as hackers. If RobTop's behavior improves at all, I'll either change this review or remove it entirely. I just felt like I needed to get this out of my system. If you're interested in buying the game, hold off on buying it for now. Again, the core game itself is fine, but the developer isn't fine right now.